What is going on, sports card fiends? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we are here with a video on the PWCC eBay scandal that is going on and my thoughts about it. So if you haven't heard, might have been living under the rock for the last 24 hours or so, but I'll go on over to the site right now. Essentially, PWCC has been kicked off eBay for being accused of shill bidding, and for people that have been a part of the hobby for a while, you'll be like, wow. Shocker, shocker. Who could have thought? The PWCC shill bidding makes no sense to me. I would have, would have never guessed. But I mean, in reality, what does it mean? So we scroll on down here. Basically, PWCC says that they had no clue that this was happening. That eBay just kind of kicked them out and then released a statement, and they were as shocked as anyone, apparently. This is amidst PWCC trying to grow their own brand and their own site and really start to kind of, drift away from eBay, as a lot of people are going to do while eBay ratchets up prices and kind of fees that they like to take in. As you get more and more power, you're going to want to shift away from eBay. So I think that my baseline reading here is that PWCC's kind of getting out of the door, starting to leave, and so on the way out, eBay's just going to kick them in the ass, and I think that that's what we're seeing. So, if we go down, basically, eBay says that PWCC engaged in shill bidding, which is prohibited on eBay. As a result, eBay has restricted PWCC selling privileges and listings effective today. So there actually was like a huge soccer block of auctions that were going to go off, and now we're gone. So kind of wild to see that happen, since I was actually paying attention to it. We'll also see down here that PWCC faced an unrelated scandal 2 years ago involving trimming of cards and stuff like that. So let's just say PWCC, not the best track record in the space. Essentially, there's not a whole lot more you can read into this. I can go through whatever articles you want, but they all kind of say the same thing, that, there was shill bidding that happened, thus eBay kicked them off, and so now we're kind of at the standstill, and people don't really know what to think of it. Personally, I think it kind of makes sense on both ends. I think that this is just the right time for eBay to kind of kick them in the ass, because they're about to leave, and they're in the process of doing so. So if PWCC was going to be a legitimate staple of eBay for a long time to come, I don't think they'd do this, because there's just a lot of money to be made there. And once that money starts to leave, then you gotta sound the alarms, tell everyone about how they're a fraud. And honestly, I think it tells me more about eBay than it tells me about PWCC. At the end of the day, in a lot of these spaces, there's going to be shady stuff going on. It's just a matter of where you learn about it and kind of who's doing it, and all different factors, of course. But at the end of the day, with eBay, everyone in the hobby has known that PWCC has shilled biddings all the time. Naturally, whenever you send your own card off to a place and they auction it, and you can bid from your computer and bid that up, it's just shill bidding to a T directly from the consumer. So to think that maybe this is some insider thing where some insider wants to go ahead and shill bid to buff up the own company's profits, I doubt it's even that, honestly. And there's so much shill bidding that takes place on eBay that, if you're a diligent researcher, you go through, you look at kind of who bought at what price and how much rating they have, and there's a lot of different factors. So for eBay to do this now, when, again, it seemed like it's been happening for a while. PWCC and like Probstein and these auction places, they put their listings on private. So even the people that understand it's probably getting shilled can't even see who's bidding. You can't even, and it'll be like on cheap stuff too, like $50 cards. You got private listings. What the hell do you need a private listing for on eBay for $50? It makes no sense at all. So they were just blatantly telling everyone, hey, there's shilling going on here. Send your cards here. You can shill it if you want. We'll relist it 10 weeks in a row if you want. Whatever. It doesn't make any sense why all of a sudden that just PWCC is this big conspirator that has to be just dealt with immediately. It makes no sense, especially when Probstein, ComC, just other auction houses, I don't really care to, dissect who does what and which one's more shady. They're all probably a little shady. at the end of the day, I come out of this not seeing a win for anyone, honestly, because, you know, you look at eBay and it's like, well, you waited this long, you've only done one thing to really stop it. That thing's very minimal. So, do you really care about me? Do you really care about me as a consumer? Because I don't think you do. And so then you go to PWCC. You know, I knew they didn't really care about me as a consumer because they were just openly allowing people to shill. So they were all about, you know, the person that's using their service, which makes sense to me. You know, they're in their own self-interest, as is eBay. So what this tells me is neither company really cares about me. And, you know, to be honest with you, it's not really shocking. I don't know. Everyone's going to freak out. Everyone's going to, you know, have all their own opinions, but I'm not really shocked. Like, I know PWCC doesn't care about me as a buyer, and the way eBay has been treating a lot of sellers with fees and kind of, you know, hiking certain things up while also not really improving their space. You know, you can see that eBay is trying to now restrict who can see what things sell at, so then they can make their own service to then show people what things sell at. But in reality, they're not going to do a good job at all of updating and keeping a good service for people like us that want to be able to participate. They're going to just make the baseline thing, and then honestly, shill bidding will probably be more rampant because people won't actually have a way of knowing. Like with Card Ladder and these other sites, you know, there's some sort of process that they have to go through to be like, all right, that's a legit sale. We'll mark that one up there. While with eBay, you know, people can just do whatever. And that's the thing. You can just do whatever. And that's why PWCC was doing this. And that's why a lot of people do this shit. Because they just let it happen. So to then just be like, we got PWCC. Gotcha, bitch. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So, honestly, I'm disappointed on both parties. But what are you going to do? What do you expect? Just kind of the way it is, and that's why I'd say to, you know, always just try to reach out to newer and maybe more improved services. While there may be less traffic and less eyeballs, at the same time, there's only one way you can affect that, and that's by participating and growing certain segments that aren't these overlord scumbags. So that is going to be it as far as this video goes. Just wanted to get a quick one out there kind of discussing my thoughts on the subject because everyone's freaking out, and honestly, I don't really care, but I also wanted to dissect it and kind of show you why I don't care and why I think it makes sense to understand where they stand while also not caring, because they never cared about you, so why would I care about them? So that is going to be it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Anything you want to tell me, would love to hear it down below in a comment, especially your opinions on this. I mean, I know everyone's got one, so I'm interested to see it. And if you want to see more videos like this as soon as I go live, make sure to subscribe. But with that said, hopefully you have a wonderful day, and peace.